Yo, what's going on, everybody? Hello, and welcome to another stream. All right, let's see who we got. Let's see. Uh-oh. Let me go ahead and share my screen, guys, and also let me address some of your comments real quick, of course. Feels like it's been forever, even though it has not. But that's what happens when you take a break, I guess. All right. Cool. All right, Skydive, what's going on? Hello, y'all. I'm back. Hope you had a good little break there. While you were gone, we had some incidents in the chat, so now we've got some more mods just in case. I don't know why I didn't mod other people sooner. What's up, Chazman Dude? Jonathan, what's going on, man? Bro Mariano, I told you about Solana. It's setting the stage for Cardano due to Solana being a competitor to ADA. So went from 70 to 100 in a week. It was $1 in January. Wow, that is insane. To 100x your money, could you imagine jumping on that in January and just holding that? That'd be crazy. If you put in 10 grand, you're a millionaire. That's insane. Yeah, you guys did talk about Solana. Solana, I'm sure, was a great play. There's just, there's so much to look at. I'm just struggling to keep up, trying to get it all figured out. But yeah, there's that. Where'd my super chat button go? Did it? Oh, it's there. Oh, that's weird. Okay, anyway. Yo, what's up, Roar Nation? Rick, what's going on, man? Artful, what's going on? Thank you again for all the support on Twitter once again. By the way, guys, just taking a look here, ADA is falling, and that probably means Bitcoin's falling. Yeah, we're in quite the situation. Yeah, this isn't good. We need to talk about this ASAP, so I'm gonna try and fly through these comments. What's up, Matt's Market, man? Yeah, you and Matt, you and Rick have been talking about Solana for a while, and you guys were correct. With me though, now I fully believed you guys, but if I haven't got a chance to do the research myself, usually I don't jump in, and I just hadn't gotten to it. So I know I probably missed some money, but I've been making some money off these other things, so it's fine. Let's see where this came from. Wow, yeah, these are big runs. These are very big runs. So just on the 21st, it was $66. It's almost doubled. Yeah, that's crazy. That's awesome. That is awesome. All right, let's flip back to ADA. Just someone decided to get a little racially inappropriate. That same guy you put in timeout, he came back and he's like, "Why'd you mute me?" And then he started kind of going off. So I banned him. Gave him the firm ban. Did you hear that Proto Doge is going all in on Cardano? Yes, I did, and that's big because, yeah, it was him. It was him, Skydive. It was the ADG guy. Yeah, that's actually big news because Proto Doge has a very big following, and they're all, most of the Doge army follows him. If you follow Dogecoin accounts, you probably follow a couple like Doge meme accounts that like promote Doge a lot. You probably follow Proto Doge. He's the Dogecoin millionaire. He's the guy, right? So for him telling everybody, I'm going all in on Cardano, that just brings a whole lot of extra attention. But I think Cardano's got a very solid future ahead of it. Let's see. Please talk about Solana. I went in on it last week, taking a chance on 70. It's up to $100 already. Rafi, I wish I could talk about Solana today. And maybe some of the others can talk about it in the chat, but I have not done the research on it yet to discuss much other than it's up to $100. I don't have any technical information, like fundamental information on Solana to bring you. But we can maybe look it up a little here. Especially if you guys have any good references, feel free to shoot it over my way. I think what I'd like to watch maybe on stream really quick is like an ADA versus Sol video and just see what a quick comparison between the two would be statistically. I haven't gotten around to that yet. I did look up Solana when I first started choosing what cryptos, but it's just been so long, I don't remember. Hey Rick, yes, I'm fine. We got the lucky storm turned before it was projected to and release speed. Oh, that's good, Matt. Glad you dodged that one. I just saw a little clip on YouTube that said it's so far estimated damages are $40 billion. My company being in the restoration industry for storm restoration, you can imagine, today has been, if you've ever thought of what a textbook Monday would be, this Monday was probably the template for what Monday is. Not a fun day, but fun in a corporate way. You know, the company makes money. Maybe you make more money eventually. What's up, Jonathan? Envu, all of a sudden you changed the cam position. Yeah, the cam position is changed a bit because I moved my monitors around over the weekend, so it's more straight on, and I changed the background up for now. It'll probably go back to how it was pretty soon. Yeah, Preezy swinging that wrench now. Yeah, everybody's coming for ETH. This is the time to do it. This is the time to do it. Honestly, though, Cardano already did it, because don't forget, I mean, it didn't 100x, but the move, like the move just now, because not long ago, Cardano was only $1 something, and now it's almost $3. So if you just go right to here, this was only a month ago, and Cardano was at $1.02, and now it's just hit basically $3. So it's already done the like 30ish to 100 move right here. But obviously, what Solana's doing right now is very impressive. Maybe for the next stream, if we do some research. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I'll be more than happy to get some opinions on Sol. Like I said, it's just been a crazy bit of time. I'm trying to figure out my balance between everything, and that's why I've focused more on just cutting some things out. Like I haven't been doing the YouTube comments thing and the Twitter, like talking to people so much. Trying to focus on the like Discord group where everybody's expecting the attention, and then also just trying to make sure that I get off like consistently, like decently timed streams so that I can not get burnt out and all that stuff. It's a lot. It's a lot when this isn't the only thing you do. It just kind of adds on top, but it's something I'm going to keep doing. Shirts look good. Thanks. Thank you, Chazmandu. You might notice a little bit of like a press marking in that area where the letter is. Just let me know if that doesn't go away. It should after either like a couple wears or a wash or something. It's just from the pressure. But if it doesn't, I can deal with that. Glad you like them though. What's up, Josh? Yeah, I changed the playlist up. I got really tired of the other one. Thank you, Matt. Let's see. So it's top 10 now. We missed out on the big money, but yeah, top 10. That's crazy. Did I hear what happened to AMP? They lost almost $20 million. No, all I heard was people complaining about AMP, but I never actually saw what happened. Hey man, hey Josiah, what's up? Let's check coin market cap and see if we can see where AMP is right now. I'd assume if something bad happened, the price probably went down a bit. Actually, it's doing just fine. Now, it does say that it's down 20% in the last 7 days, but AMP is still at almost 6 cents. Oh my god. I just made a cup of coffee and a gnat died in it. Are you serious? I cannot stand, like, fruit flies. Like, mind your business and you won't die in hot coffee, bro. Literally just got this cup before I sat down. It's been like 5 minutes. Anyway, I'm gonna have to refill that, guys. I really needed that cup of coffee. That is very unlucky. It went down to 4.8. Let's see if we can get the trading view popped up. I'm surprised that's all it went down. I mean, that wasn't even a support right here, and there was a main support at 4, and then a really strong support at 3. You would think with really tragic news it would have tested one of those, but in my opinion, it's still kind of bullish. So that's good. And it came from 6, and it was really stable at 6. That's not too bad. That's actually not that bad. How's ACH doing today? Let's take a look. $10 is good. I'm really upset that I missed this dip. I called this dip. I hate when I call plays and I don't end up taking them. It really makes me mad because who was it? I think it was Rick was asking about what my expectations were, and I said that there was a really strong support right around the 6 level, and that would be the perfect dip buy. It went right to 6.4, 6.3, and then bounced all the way up to 14.5. I could have over doubled my investment there. That was just really dumb of me. That's why I say it's important, guys, to like if you want to trade successfully, it is really hard to think things and then not execute. That's why it takes discipline to evaluate the charts first, and then based off what you see, form a trade plan and then execute it. The executing part is the hard part. Technical analysis, once you figure it out, is not the hard part. It is then executing that trade and going through with it. Because when the time comes, you'll either be distracted and you'll miss it, trying to think you can multitask and trade at the same time, or what's more common and worse is emotions get in the way and suddenly start second guessing your plan, and then you enter at the wrong time and now you just messed everything up. That's why trading is not easy, because everyone thinks it's easy. How hard can it be to buy low, sell high? But then the time comes and you're like, wait, is this actually low, or is the low going to keep getting lower? And then you never actually enter. And same for selling. Oh, is this actually the high, or is the high just going to keep getting higher? Look at all this momentum. And you don't close out your trade, then the price reverses on you. Now you're barely in profit. And you're like, well, now I'm not making that much. I might as well just hold on to it and see what happens. Then you end up flipping a red. Then you don't want to sell it. Yeah, and you bought it there? Okay, Rick. See, I'm just an idiot. I called it out. You grabbed it. I didn't. You made bank, and I did not. So, yeah, I'm a little upset, but I'm also happy for you. All right, guys. What I'm going to do is go ahead and... Is Protein just drink it? True. He was trying to help me out. He knows I've had quite a weekend. He's trying to get my protein back up. Scott, right. I'm going to leave this chart here for just a moment. I'm going to fix the disaster that this fruit fly just caused in my coffee. Feel free at this moment. It won't take me more than like 2 minutes. Go ahead and pile up your Doge, Cardano, Bitcoin, or price action questions, whatever. That way, when I get back, we can just roll. All right, just give me like 2 seconds. All right. Told you it would be pretty quick. Wasn't too bad, I hope. Actually, big shout out to the Nat, because I did get the wrong coffee creamer the first time. So he's like, bro, I thought you wanted hazelnut. Yeet. And provided me with an excuse to get the right coffee creamer. So thank you. Thank you, Nat. I think ADA can hit 20 to 30 this year just based on what Solana has done. I'm glad to hear you're safe out there. Hope your wife and kids are okay too. Look at that kindness there. It happened to me when AMP dipped to 48. I was planning to buy it all 4.5, but you... Okay. Well, James, that's a good question. Now, I could probably help you get some insight into that. So Doge, I think we're trying to sell, take a little profit, look for a dip or average in. Good statements here. So let me go ahead and start by addressing James's comment there. He's not sure where he wants to really go all in. That's what I'm drinking. Starbucks dark roast with hazelnut creamer. Hazelnut is the bomb. AMP, ACH, or ADA. All right. So let me just give you a little insight into what the price action has done and what it's most likely going to do. So first things first, let's go ahead and look at AMP. As you can see here, is this the AMP I'm looking for? Yes. Okay. Why does it look like that? Okay. So, AMP has been kind of all over the place, right? But as you can see, if you just go back through AMP's history, and let's up the time frame. Despite AMP being the powerhouse that we think it is, AMP does not tend to move very much. You could see at the highest recently, it was at 8 cents. And at the all-time high, off a pump here, it went to 12. AMP it takes a lot to move AMP, and that's, like I said before, they did not want AMP to be a volatile coin. They wanted it to be relatively stable, the price not to be extremely volatile, and they wanted AMP's price to go up based off of catalyst. The main catalyst being adoption, being adopted by other places. So AMP is only really going to spike in price when more retail locations say, all right, we're integrating Flexa, the Flexa network, AMP, into our payment system process. And then that just means that the stakeholders, the stakers into AMP, are going to be capitalizing off of transaction fee gains from that integration. So that's what's going to make the value of an AMP coin go up. That's going to be a slow grind up. Now, this is a relatively stable investment, in my opinion. For that reason, you can see even off terrible news, it only went down 1 cent. But you have to keep in mind that it is not necessarily going to be like an insane moneymaker. I mean, 2x is probably reasonable. If they get like Walmart announcement or something massive, then yeah, you could probably see a price spike. But you're waiting on something like that where there's not even a rumor that it's going to happen. You could be tying yourself up for like a great financial reward or for nothing. So even though I believe in AMP, if I'm looking for a volatility play that's going to, like, in my opinion, get me like a short-term big gain, AMP is probably not going to be it, even though I do believe in what AMP's doing. Another reason for that is because now there's just more competition in the space, and we're just getting a lot of people working on their cryptocurrencies, trying to make them a little better for retail. So it's not that I've lost faith in AMP, it's just not my money-making play. When I think of a money-making play, short-term, AMP is not the one I'm going to like YOLO my money into or anything like that. When it comes to ACH, I feel way more positive about potential price movement on ACH because it does not have that rule. That's not the way it was configured. So you can see with ACH's price action, a lot of frequent price swings of a lot of cents. So, you know, from here to 10, all the way to 14, back to 10, up to 12, to 10, to 13. These are like 20 to 40% moves just over and over again that you can be scalping. Or you could have bought the bottom here and already had a 100% gain. And you could see, guys, literally, this was my drawing when I told Rick about it. We weren't even here yet. We were right here. And I was just saying, you know, a bounce off around the 6 and some kind of pullback and then a takeoff overall. And there it was. And I just didn't buy it. So, but yeah, this ACH, in my opinion, is going to be the volatility play. So if you're trying to get into a payment system play, probably ACH is going to be your best bet. And anywhere close to like, if you can get it like 6, 7, 8, that's probably going to be the safest range. I probably wouldn't buy a 10, and even if it took off from 10 and I missed the whole boat, I wouldn't care. I just don't buy at the top. It's bad practice. You're basically coin flipping, and it's never a good idea for with your actual money. Looks like a little weakness here anyway. We could see a bit of a pullback. We're very close to support that we've hit twice already, 3 times rather. So we could see a dip and then like a rebuy opportunity under 9. But ACH is going to be my, if I'm looking for a money maker shorter term, if I could buy low there, I'm going to expect gains probably within like a week or 2 of some sort versus ACH. Who knows? Versus AMP. Now, the real moneymaker, in my opinion, is going to be the Ethereum network competitors. Let me drink some of this coffee. Guys, this is what I've just been saying off my personal experience without having to do a whole lot of research and everything. Ethereum right now is at, even though it seems like to the outside, just to the inexperienced eye, it seems like Ethereum could be in a really good spot right now. Ethereum is in a terrible, terrible, terrible spot. It's at a point where it has no more catalyst because it already got the EIP 1559 update. It already got that. That was the midway catalyst between ETH1 and ETH2. It already got that. Price movements already happened. That hype is already over. ETH2 is the next big thing for Ethereum. The problem with ETH2, unlike some of these other systems out there, is while something like Cardano has a roadmap with projected dates and all that for its updates, Ethereum 2 has no predicted date. Now, there's dates that people are guessing based off things that they know, and so we're saying, early next year could be it, or like early to mid next year could be it. Maybe even the end of this year could be it, but we don't have a roadmap, and the only information we've gotten is that it is harder than it was originally thought to make ETH2 work. That's not really what you want to hear. Now, that doesn't, to me, we've got Vitalik as the co-founder and creator. We've got a lot of smart people on that team. I'm not doubting that ETH2 is going to come, but the faith I have in that time frame, I won't say it's like 100%. So what, and current state Ethereum is absolutely horrific for the everyday person, especially, people that don't have disposable income, which is not everybody. Which is a lot of people, that don't have disposable income. Trying to interact on the cryptocurrency network called Ethereum, and during the day, mining fees being upwards of $200 for a transaction, it just doesn't make sense. Now, it's all cool how Vitalik coded it and everything with the idea that with demand, there would be an increased revenue for the miners, and that also that increase in price would help shave off some demand because it would turn some people away, which would help moderate and control the network activity. But in practice, it's just not practical for the everyday person. Like, it's one of those things where you go back enough times and you try and make enough transactions, and each time it's $150, $200. Eventually, you're just going to stop trying, and there's one lost customer of the Ethereum network. So, in my opinion, because of that demand and the bad, in my opinion, that was just a terrible idea. This is the worst time, one of the worst times possible for Ethereum, because it's at a state where it's almost unusable, and all these other network competitors are getting to a point where they're becoming usable. And so now this is their chance to go right for Ethereum's neck and try and get some market cap space and steal some attention. So it's really just ADA ER20 Ethereum bridge launching next week. Is it really? That is not what I want to hear. Oh. Wait, you said ADA ER20 ETH bridge? Look, I'm not even a fan of Ethereum bridges right now because I do not want to interact with the Ethereum network. That's why the Doge ETH bridge right now kind of has me concerned, because I'm like, if I have to use the Dogecoin on the Ethereum network and I have to pay those mining fees, it's just gonna kill Doge. but this is the time for the other altcoins to really, and the other network competitors to really shine and steal some spotlight from Ethereum. So these guys like Solana and Cardano and all the others. This is their time to run. So let's go back to CoinMarketCap. And that's why I'm also so bullish on Cardano, guys, because why is it playing jazz? Please hold. That's why I'm so bullish on Cardano, because it's getting smart contracts in about 2 weeks, which is going to make it similar in functionality to an Ethereum network. And it's already like faster in some ways, has more capabilities. And E2 isn't here yet, but you can already see, I mean, when it comes to market cap, we're already coming in pretty hot for Ethereum. I mean, we're already almost a third of Ethereum's market cap, guys, and we're still at $2.80. And that's why I say, like, I'm all for the extra super bullish price predictions, and I know anything's possible. But as far as what I'm going to expect, where I'm going to set my expectations for a return on investment, is probably going to be a quick 2x. I could see Cardano easily going to $5-6, and then anything after that's going to be a bonus, whether that's then us going up again to like 15, or if we're going to do the crazy thing and go to like 20 to 30. But my expectation is going to be to see this market cap hit like 10. And that's going to put the price at somewhere between, you know, $5.50 to $6. And we're creeping up on that. You can see, and now I'm going to switch kind of to technicals. You can see like day after day that Cardano keeps creeping up. Even when the market's going down, it keeps gaining like a couple cents. Dogecoin, on the other hand, guys, is just not doing very good. And in my opinion, Dogecoin is just not the play. As much as I love Dogecoin, and that's the whole reason I started streaming here, was to cover Dogecoin primarily. In addition to helping people trade, it was for daily Dogecoin coverage. I'm still doing daily Dogecoin coverage because that's the coin I want to succeed and I want to be in when it does succeed. But when it comes to like a day-by-day play, these last couple days have not been Doge day. Has not been Dogecoin's day. You can take a look at the percentage price movement over the last 7 days, and you could just see how much worse than everything else Dogecoin has been doing. Bitcoin down 350. Ethereum's basically break even at less than 1% down. Cardano's down 5%. So, you know, altcoin reaction to the market leaders price selling off. Pretty standard to be a little more volatile. Binance Coin's down 6. XRP's down 9. Whereas Dogecoin is down 13.5%. 13.5% versus 4%. And this, guys, is why I've been saying, though I will get back in Dogecoin at some point, Dogecoin right now is not my priority, and that's because it's not everyone else's priority clearly right now. When it's everyone else's priority, you're going to see price movement. You're going to see other people buying it. You're going to see a whole lot of volatility. You're not going to see it just constantly selling off. And I have no emotional attachment to Dogecoin, even though I love it. So that means if it's not making me money, I will bounce around to something else that I think is a safer bet that is going to make me money. And so temporarily in the meantime, I have been primarily scalp trading Cardano, and it's been working out very well. One of the reasons I say this is what I like to do is trade cryptocurrencies that have a catalyst, because it makes it harder to be wrong. If the price is going to tend to go in the upward direction because it has a catalyst that it's working towards, and the price is kind of going up to meet that catalyst, then you're better off trying to scalp, if you're trying to go long, trading that cryptocurrency versus one that has nothing going for it. Because this, you're just hoping your technicals are right, but this, even if you're slightly off with your guess, the price is still going to tend to go up. So it's kind of like having that little safety net. But Dogecoin's just not doing good. You can see Dogecoin's at 27 cents, and it's down pretty substantially. Now today, though, it's doing okay. It's actually down the least of the three, but I think that's because it was already down so far. There's not that much more room to fall before it starts getting ridiculous. Now, a quick check at the charts here. ADA just fell back below the 280 mark, which is pretty important. That's not too good, but that probably means Bitcoin's heading back to 48K flat. So let's take a look. Oh, Bitcoin fell back under 48 and is now heading down further. So this is also really bad. In the Discord group yesterday, or was it? Yeah, it was yesterday, I think. We talked about what the price target for the pullback here on Bitcoin was going to be and what to expect next. So if you just go to like the 4-hour time frame and put the the most common EMAs up. Would I say that Doge, that 8 is a good long-term buy under $3? Yes. The closer to 250 you can get, the better, though. I don't really like buying it high 270s and up. But if I can get it like 270 or under, 260s, 250s, that's where I would feel comfortable buying and holding. And 250 would be even better. But if the further away it is from 250, the more I'm probably just going to average in, because I'm going to want, just in case Bitcoin does some crazy things and pulls it down, I'm going to want to be able to average it down. But here's what we were looking at as far as technicals are concerned. Just so you get an idea, Bitcoin before crash, Bitcoin crash, where we traded for the last couple months, and then this is the run up, okay? So what you can see here is a really clean price movement. Here's the initial line that I had drawn, by the way. Let's get this back up. Let's just do a ray. Here to here. Pretty close. Close enough. Okay. So the original line I had drawn from my trend line here was starting from the very bottom where we reversed up. And that was because we got, the first touch here, second touch right here, perfect, and third clean touch here. Then it fell under. What some people were doing, and this is why I did it as well, when we got that this bounce right here that broke the original strong trend up, it created another secondary trend line, because you could have drawn a ray from here if you weren't looking at it from this perspective, here up. You could have drawn it from here up and got a different projection, which is, and I'll just show you what I mean. So if I were to do my ray indicator starting from here and then go to the next pullback, I get a different line that's coming here. And so this is why we found a secondary area of support here and got a strong bounce up. But then things get really complicated, because technically the steeper incline is going to indicate a stronger bullish run. So our stronger uptrend already broke, so that's not a good sign. Our secondary trend line is just a fallback backup support, but if we're hitting that support because we broke the stronger support level, that probably means we're losing steam. So either way, even though it's good that we're holding at this particular spot, it's not a good sign overall because we broke the stronger uptrend line. So it's still a bearish thing that we hit this one. Another problem is then we we bounced off of here, and we actually had really good support right here because we had that secondary backup uptrend support line and the 100 EMA line right here as support, which is why we saw a nice strong bounce up. Looked like we were trying to reclaim, and this does happen a lot, the little fake out where you dip below and come back up. It looked like it was going to be a bear trap right here, but then it flipped back up and it'll be in a bull trap because we came back in, started respecting this trend support line. As you can see here, the rejection wicks that were keeping the candles closing above the line right here, but then massive red candle under, traded sideways, hit it as resistance, rejected it with that rejection wick there, sold off, and now we're breaking down and coming down further. I had the question yesterday in the group, where was the pullback to be expected once this happened? The obvious price level, in my opinion, short term was going to be back to the 100 EMA for a bounce. And so I said about 47.3. That is what we got here, right at 47.3. What does that say? 47.38. That's what we got. We got the bounce up. I thought we were going to stall out a little closer to 48, but we actually went pretty high. So we went all the way back up to 48. This little trend line we had drawn already at 48,750, and now we're bouncing off that really hard and coming back to the 100 EMA line. The problem is now there are no more horizontal trend support lines to draw without being unreasonable. What you could potentially do is this, which doesn't really make sense, so I'm not even going to leave this up here. But you could start from this third spot here and try and draw a line. And either you'd have a level right here, depending on how you wanted to map it. You could have one right here, or you could have one, if you did it to the wick, right here. And so now what you'll start to see is if just a couple people might be charting their charts out kind of weirdly, that they could be seeing these areas as potential support. These areas, and that would put the price somewhere around 47 flat by the time it got down here, or down to somewhere around 46, high 45s. But those levels don't really matter for a couple reasons. One, because we've got the 100 EMA here at 47.3 already. The obvious next support down is going to be somewhere in that area anyway because of these candles and where they previously hit. So that is already kind of a support line to look at horizontally. And then this trend line hits the 200 EMA. So it's basically already drawn out, and these extra trend support lines don't really mean anything because those levels were already there. Most probable stopping spot, in my opinion, is going to be right at somewhere, well, by the time we fall, it'll probably be around 45.5. This 200 EMA will probably have come up to 45.5 or 45 or 46. So we'll probably stop somewhere around here at the lowest and then bounce some sort of way. The higher time frame the EMA, usually the stronger it is. So by the time we get to the 200 EMA, I am expecting a strong bounce up, either to the 100 or a little higher, and then whatever it wants to do after that, we'll just have to see. But first things first, to even get there, we have to fall below this 47,000 area. And that's going to be the difficult part, because there's a lot of trading activity right here. So to get to this area, we have to fall through this. And there's just a lot going on right here, as you can see. You've got the rejection wick here, also back at the 100 EMA. You've got the close of these candles right at around 47 flat, and then you've got the bottom of these candles closing right at about 46.5, and then the absolute bottom at about 46.3, which is where people might think might be the ideal dip spot if they can like set a limit buy and get snagged. So there's going to be a lot of stopping pressure right here to try and keep this from falling. We'll probably see some movement, but if we're weak enough, we will end up coming down here and then probably having a stronger bounce up, or if we're really bad, maybe not, but that's the plan. Either way, though, we're not in a great scenario. Unless we can bounce off this little area here and get back into like this trend channel or something, we kind of broke the uptrend that we had, this really strong uptrend. And so this is getting into pullback time. And we're overdue for it. I mean, if you look at these massive moves up, we are overdue for some sort of correction. And like I mentioned before, we're overdue for a touch of the 200 EMA line. We still haven't touched it yet. If you're looking at it, and let me just get rid of some of these lines now. If you look at it from this perspective, we've had plenty of touches off the 100. That's what we've been riding up here. So from here to here to here to here and now back to here. But we've had 0 touches of the 200 EMA on this uptrend here, which is not normal because no matter which direction we're going in, we always have like at least one correction touch where we hit it and do a strong bounce off. Here was on the downtrend after the crash. On the bull run, you could see that we had it here, 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 and here, but we've had none so far. So yes, this has been a strong move up, but it's unhealthy at this point because we're overextended. So we need to have that correction touch before we either continue or do a small bounce and sell off. So that's where we're at. We are due for a pullback to about 45. And so that's why I think that's what's going to happen. It's been too long and it hasn't happened yet. That's bad news probably for anyone that's wanting to feel really bullish right now, but that is the scenario. And that's, even if it doesn't play out, I would say that's probably the best scenario to have in your head, because you want to, even if you get pleasantly surprised, you want to think according to what's probably going to happen and avoid bias, especially based off of a position that you hold. And that's why a lot of times I like to do my streams or give advice when I'm holding no position, because when you are thinking about the position you hold and you want it to go in the other direction, a lot of times you'll start feeling falsely like bullish or bearish out of hope versus off what's actually presenting itself. So, but what's presenting itself is we're overdue for a 200 EMA touch. Now, if we go to, now Cardano's a different story because it has a crazy catalyst that's going to keep it in a bullish run. So we've been bouncing off, instead of the 100, off the 50. So maybe our pullback could be to like the 100. It doesn't necessarily need a 200 bounce yet. And that we'll put it somewhere around 250 to 260 on a big dip. When it comes to Dogecoin, though, the problem I was talking about in the Discord group yesterday is that Dogecoin is already at its 200 EMA. Because Dogecoin has not been moving up at the same rate that Bitcoin has and the other alts, because it's been so weak recently, despite Bitcoin being not even like it's a couple $1,000s away from its 200 EMA, ADA is not even remotely close to its 200 EMA, 220 versus 280. Dogecoin right now is parked on it, testing it at this moment as support. That means with enough selling pressure, basically with Bitcoin deciding to pull back to 45, what we could end up seeing is a bit of a strong overreaction sell-off from Dogecoin, because that down move from Bitcoin could force Dogecoin under comfortable support levels for it and cause it to crash a little harder as the people that are just looking at the Dogecoin chart panic. Because we are at what should be our strongest level of support right now at about 27.5. So my fear is that we see a sell-off towards 25 cents. And this would probably be the most likely area that it would definitely not go under. So I don't think it goes under 23 cents really under any circumstance, unless something crazy happens on Bitcoin. But this is looking to be the dip area. Somewhere around here is where this could get forced down if Bitcoin crashes to 45,000. Anywhere between 23 cents Dogecoin and 26 cents is the way it looks. And that's why I'm not trading Dogecoin right now, because ADA's the bullish one and Bitcoin is the leader. So I'm just, here's what I'm actually doing. When I want to go long, I'm longing ADA. When I want to short, I'm shorting Dogecoin. Because Dogecoin's the one trading bearishly, ADA's the one trading bullishly. So that's how I'm getting the most percentage gains. And that's just what it is right now, until further notice. But yeah, any questions? ADA's definitely the play, yes sir. But the thing is, guys, the title, I was just talking about the volatility. We've been having a lot of movement here over the last couple days. So as you can see here, even with Dogecoin, I mean, we first had the sell-off from like 32 all the way down to 26. That is like, what, 20 to 30% move down? That's pretty big. And then we had the bounce here from 26 all the way up to 30. That's another 15-ish% move. And then now the sell-off coming all the way back down to 27. That's another 10% move. So off these big swings on the 4-hour time frame, we've been having some pretty big money-making opportunities if you were trading very actively. But the thing is that means you would have had to get out the right time, wait for the sell-off to finish, buy it at the bottom, sell at the top. So it's just been 2 to 3 cents in each direction, but we've been having a lot of it. But ADA, on the other hand, has just been in a pretty easy-to-read uptrend. It is a bit extended here, and it's getting stalled out here at about the $3 level. It might want to have that pullback to 250 before it gets a bounce and continues back up and breaks 3. It might. It might not. I think if Bitcoin could be bullish enough this week to not do the pullback to 45, just bounce off the 100 EMA and go and break above 50 again, that could force ADA into the 3 territory. But if not, and it goes towards the 45, we could see the nice pullback to 250, 260 first and get another kind of final chance to load up. I'm upset I missed this one. I was, I don't remember, busy or asleep. But that was a great opportunity. But we might get another chance at it. Maybe. Bitcoin, though, it's just doing very okay. Not too great. 47,000. Didn't want to see, if you were thinking bullish, this was good. But you didn't want to see this rejection wick on the 4-hour time frame of that level. You didn't want to see the next candle end up selling off super hard below the 50 EMA line and closing under it. And you're not also going to want to see it fall under the 100, because then it'll probably head down towards 47 flat or towards 45. Ethereum TA. Yeah, I'll check out Ethereum. Almost forgot about Ethereum. What's up, Arat? So Ethereum's actually doing pretty well. The steep uptrend has cooled off. You could see here it was really riding up the 50 EMA here, barely, not even touching it, just getting close. But then it stalled out, fell. Now it's trying to hold the 100. But it's definitely found resistance right here at 33,300. That's its strong resistance point, and it's having some trouble getting above that. It really just depends on what Bitcoin's going to do next. Ethereum's kind of poised to do whatever in the world Bitcoin wants it to. As you can see, this kind of bullish little vibe that it's got going here. Right here. This little consolidating flag that it's got going on right here, even though that's not clean, I'm just highlighting it. It could break out the top and do a bullish run, or break out the bottom and start messing around with the 200 EMA close to right under 3,000. So I think Ethereum, more than anything, is relying on Bitcoin's next move. Ethereum's going to want to trend up as well because it's heading towards Ethereum 2. Its trajectory is going to overall be up, but we don't have a release date on ETH 2, and I think a lot of the competition in the space might kill a little bit of Ethereum's vibe until Ethereum gets a release date for that, because now we've just got people stealing some attention, and that's never good. So I'm not as bullish on Ethereum as I was, say, a month ago before Cardano got the announcement for its smart contracts dropping in 2 weeks. Though longer term, I still think this will hit 6 to 10 grand pretty soon. I would much rather do, if it's me, I'm looking at the shorter term play with dates. Sorry, and so I'm looking at Cardano and Solana as well, and any other network that has the specs to compete. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much what I got. So sell Doge and wait. In my opinion, yes. Now, the only problem is, though, Doge is at the 200 EMA line. We know that's the strongest level of support, and I hate selling at the bottom because that is the highest probability area of a reversal. You know what I mean? So basically, you're selling at support, and your next buy would have to probably be up higher if it does bounce here. So it's a really awkward time to sell. The thing to keep an eye on, I think, is going to be Bitcoin and this 100 EMA line first and foremost, and then Bitcoin in the 47,000 level. If you're still holding Doge at this moment, it does become a little awkward, like I said, because timing your sell, there's almost no good time to sell anymore. The ideal sell would have been selling Doge at about 29 or 30, and then trying to wait and see how it played out next. Kind of the play I recommended for Reza. But now that ship has kind of sailed. So maybe just instead of selling all, a potential move would be to just scale out, so that if it does fall, you're not taking the hit as hard. But if it doesn't fall, you still have some of your coins in at a decent average price. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's just an awkward time to completely exit your trade because we're right at the 200 EMA. And stop loss style trading, I don't like to do on cryptocurrency because of how volatile it is, and it doesn't work out quite as well. And by that, I mean selling on confirmation that you've broken under a support line. Crypto loves to do these things right here. So if this was your stop loss, this reversal, you would have sold once it broke under, and then it would have took off, and then you're FOMOing up here. It's just really puts you on the wrong page. But yeah, I personally would not want to be holding a lot of Doge at this moment. This is the dip buy zone, but Bitcoin's given some bad signs that make this a dip buy zone that could potentially keep dipping. That's what I don't like. That's just my thought. We'll see how it plays out. But, yeah. Any other questions, guys, before I run? Had a nice hour stream. I'm really banking on an ADA pullback, though. And maybe that's just because I want it to happen, so it's probably not based off anything. But I would love to see a pullback to 260. Right here. Whoops. Right here. If I could just get a pullback to this general area, that would be a great buy spot. Right at around the 260-ish level. Maybe there's a quick little spike down to like 255, 253. Just to kind of count as the touch off the 100. And then a bullish move afterward. That would be a great dip buy, I think. Bitcoin willing. That's what I'm looking at for Dogecoin. Like I said, in this general area, it probably won't go all the way down to 23. That's a bit bearish. So probably anywhere from 24 to 26 cents is where I think this thing will stop if Bitcoin does a crash down towards the 45-ish level. And then Bitcoin itself, I think, will stop probably no lower than 45. Ideally, probably closer to 45.5. That's just my guesses, guys. Ethereum, it's got support here at 3. Looks like that might be all the questions, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up. Unless I see one popping in here as I close up. So thank you all for hanging out. Of course, don't forget to subscribe if you have not. If you're new to the channel, you can also follow me on Twitter at 2020 Tech Reviews. And that's where I'm the most active, if anything, if you're not in the Discord group. If you want to join the private members-only Discord group and chat with us off stream, after you click subscribe, the join button right next to it is how you get in. You become a super member, and then I send you a link. Of course, it is paid, so if you don't want to do it, that's perfectly fine. But that's going to be it, I think, guys. So thank you all for hanging out. It's been a 2-day weekend, but I needed that break. But we are back to it this week, and hopefully we'll see some good stuff to trade. Don't forget, check out Matt's Market, his channel. He's here in the stream, chatting it up. He does live streams as well. I'm sure he'll be live later on tonight, so feel free to go check his channel out, give him a sub as well, and show that Dogecoin love. Thanks, guys. Looks like that's it, so I'll wrap up, and